You know, if you're going to stay, you better think yourself up a good excuse, or you might be in trouble.
It's been nothing but trouble for 4 years. You get kind of used to it.
I never did. But I'm an optimist. Lo, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall,
Not lift sword against nation. Neither shall they learn war anymore. Thanks for the coffee.
So my Western watch of the week this week is The Bushwhackers from 1952, starring John Ireland and Dorothy Malone. Now, this film has got a pretty decent supporting cast, I have to say. You've got Wayne Morris, Lawrence Tierney, Lon Chaney Jr. in there. So, in fact, the best thing about the film is the cast. It's a pretty underwhelming kind of Western, poorly made Western, I would say, this film. Plot-wise, John Ireland, who I haven't seen much of really, I've seen him in a couple of Westerns before, and he's a pretty decent Western actor, I would say. Plays this kind of war-weary pacifist kind of Southerner who's, this is just after the war's finished, and he kind of swears not to raise a gun to another human being afterwards. And he takes off to the west to start afresh, and ends up in this town of Independence, I think, where Dorothy Malone resides. And her town is being kind of bullied and harassed, especially the landowners, by this kind of pretty kind of ruthless kind of cattle baron played by the wonderful Lon Chaney Jr., who always gives a very broad performance, and he doesn't disappoint in this film either as the kind of blind, kind of crippled kind of cattle baron, who, along with this kind of equally ruthless daughter played by Myrna Dell, are killing and bushwhacking everybody off their land to sell their property to the local kind of railway company. And you know, he's got a good cast. Wayne Morris plays this kind of cowardly kind of sheriff who's in the back pocket of Lon Chaney Jr. In fact, everybody in the town seems to be in the back pocket of Lon Chaney. The only person that's got the backbone to stand up against him is Dorothy Malone, who is the daughter of the local editor of the local paper. And John Ireland kind of eventually gets involved in this conflict. He tries to back off and to leave the town because he doesn't want anything to do with conflict and fighting anymore, but he inadvertently gets drawn into it against his wishes. And he is kind of an annoying kind of character, really. He's in the background a lot, John Ireland's character, and he's not very forthcoming or anything till the end, really. He gets involved, and so it's difficult to kind of get behind him in that regard. In fact, this film, other than Dorothy Malone, who gives it a lot of energy, is a kind of flat, very amateurishly, poorly made Western. I would say it's got a pretty ropey script, and some of the line deliveries are a bit off, and the acting a bit ripe at times. And it's just poorly made. It's not very well directed, and the little action there is shot at night time, and it's poorly edited as well. So yeah, it's not a very well made Western, but the performances, the cast, it's got a better cast than it deserves, this film, put it that way, and they keep you watching and keep you interested. It's only 70 minutes long, so it does kind of keep, it's fairly short. So yeah, if you've got nothing better to do and you love Westerns like I do, give it a shot for sure. But don't expect too much, because it is a fairly underwhelming Western. I think IMDb give this 5.5, which is about right. It's a pretty underwhelming below average Western with a solid cast. So that's all for today. That's The Bushwhackers from 1952. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.